Calling about home. We welcome you to our new episode on Health Watch on Newsbox and NGTV. For those of you just joining us on our program, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel, to send our links to your friend and family so everyone can benefit from the wealth of knowledge that we unleash on our channel here. Our today's discussion will be on we want to start a new series on nature's gifts, on what are the secrets in nature's those things you see out there, the leaves, the plants, the trees, the shrubs you see out there. What are the benefits of these things? Are they just there to litter the environment? Are they just there to serve us? What we are talking in biology, that the plants, they excrete, they breathe out oxygen and they breathe in carbon dioxide. So the reason why human beings are able to sustain and to survive is because of the plants they have in the environment, due to the fact that plants breathe out what we breathe in. So is that just the function of this plant? Are they just there to breathe out oxygen and breathe in our own waste, which is carbon dioxide? So these are what we'll be unleashing on this new episode of Nature's Secret series. So on today, we'll be discussing on a very, very popular and important plant that I believe that you listening to me and watching this video, at a particular point in time, you would have encounter with this plant. We are discussing on ginger, ginger, which Yoruba man call atale. And the botanical name of this plant is called Zingiber officinal. So this plant has a whole lot of benefits. It has a whole lot of usage, a whole lot. Even we can't exhaust the benefit, the importance, the uses of this plant. We just discuss on those very, very important ones and how we can use this plant to take care of daily health issues. This plant, ginger, just as we said, is a root plant. The rhizome of the plant is what is generally being used. So the root is it has this it's brown in nature and it looks just like the curcumin, that is the curcumin longa, that's turmeric, but the color are different. The ginger it has a brown color, but the inside of it is yellowish in nature, and some can be white due to maybe differences in climate factors, like maybe the one cultivated in the west might be different slightly from the one cultivated in the north, but still it has a general body structure, and that is the brown part of it. So how do you use this plant, and what are the benefits that we need to understand in this plant? This plant is mostly used by the women to cook, to make some very amazing dishes, because it has some elements of curcumin in it, and that is capsaicin in it. That is it's quite pepperish, and it has a very beautiful aroma whenever it's used to cook. It's added to maybe to stew, to soup, and the likes. Even some people take it as dish. They take it as they cook just ginger and they eat it like food, like the way you eat your yam. So they eat ginger like that. So wow, that's very great because it's very healthy. And imagine someone consuming ginger on daily basis. That means the person is very certain to have a very healthy lifestyle. So it can also be taken like a juice. You cook it and you sip the juice. Even some sell it in the chemist. They sell the powder. They sell it like teas and the likes. So what are the benefits? What are the uses? What are the importance of this plant? One of the very important property that is in this plant, ginger, is that it has a very high anti-inflammatory property. It has a very high anti-inflammatory property. If a plant is said to be anti-inflammatory, the meaning, or if anything, maybe even if it is orthodox medication, if they say this thing, this plant, this medication, this drug is an anti-inflammatory substance, it simply means that it is used to treat pains and inflammation. It is used to address inflammation. It is used to address swelling, to address itching, and all what has to do with the that has to do with inflammation generally. So ginger is very good for inflammation. That means if you're having pains, maybe menstrual pains, maybe headache, maybe back pain, pains generally, even it's a substitute to some orthodox medications that are used for that are used as anti-inflammation. Yes, ginger is a substitute for like as a case study. There are some cases whereby instead of using ibuprofen, which is a non-steroid anti-inflammatory drug, it's better to opt for ginger due to the fact that it's natural and the side effect of it is very, very minimal compared to that which is in ibuprofen, which is a non-steroid anti-inflammatory drug that can have a whole lot of side effects, like leading to ulcer or leading to some other addictions and the likes. So The first benefit which we said is that it has high anti-inflammatory property and it can be used to tackle pains. Can be used to tackle pains. In this aspect, let me quickly make a recommendation here. So we move to some other benefits, some other importance of ginger. So if you're having pains, let's say general pain, pain can be different. There are a lot of things can cause pain. Your pain can just be acute pain or chronic pain. Acute pain, like maybe you're just having pain due to maybe you have a strain, or maybe you're just weak and you're just feeling pains and ache on your body parts, or maybe you are passing through your menstrual cycle, your monthly menstrual cycle, and it's coming with some pains, and you're having dysmenorrhea, that is difficult menstrual cycle. So this ginger can help to bring down these pains and inflammation. So how do you use it? The best way to use ginger in this aspect is two ways. Is either you use the powder or you use the fresh ginger. So if you have to use the fresh ginger, you pound it. I prefer to pound ginger simply because if you pound it, you'll be able to get the full benefit. You'll be able to get the full phytonutrients and all the benefits, all the nutrients in the plant. You'll be able to extract them at whole, unlike just cooking it the way it is, because it has a kind of hard cover, it has a kind of hard shell. So if you're just cooking it, so the water won't be able to penetrate well into the plant. But if you pound it and you cook it, even you will see that the water will be different. If you pound it and cook it, you'll be able to extract fully the benefits in the plant. So you pound it. If you have to use the fresh one, you pound it, you cook it, and you can also pound it, and you can do like infusion. So pound it and put it in a cup and pour hot water on it, and leave it for like 30 minutes to 1 hour, then sip the drink, and you enjoy your the wonderful taste of ginger. And immediately, within few minutes to like 5-10 minutes, you start seeing very, very amazing work of this particular plant, that's ginger. It helps to alleviate pains and inflammation, as we've said earlier. So maybe like the pains which I mentioned. So if it is chronic pain, then you have to take care of, because if it's chronic pain, that means there's an underlying health issue. So maybe like someone having pain and it has been persistent, it's continuing continually. So it's better you go for some test and proper diagnosis, so you can know the real cause of your pain. But if it's just acute pain, or a pain that just maybe it's due to work, it's due to your menstrual cycle, it's due to maybe having some ache in the body, so it's best to use this ginger to alleviate the pain. And you can also mix it with aloe vera. We're still going to discuss on aloe vera in other episode of Nature's Secret series. So but aloe vera and ginger, they work very perfectly well together. They are good teammates. They work well together. They work as team to help to alleviate pain, because aloe vera is also a plant that has a very rich anti-inflammatory property in it. So also among the properties, among the benefits and functions of ginger, is that it has antimicrobial property. It has antimicrobial property. If a plant is said, or a medication is said to have antimicrobial property, the meaning is that microbial, that's like short form of microorganisms. That is those organisms that are not visible to the naked eye. And they are majorly four types of microorganisms. We call them the pathogens. So we have the virus, the bacteria, the fungal, and the parasites. So these four pathogens, if a some medications or some plants, they can only tackle fungal issues, that is fungal pathogens only. There are some plants that are antifungal. Their benefit is just to tackle fungal. If you should use them to address bacterial infections or viral infection or parasitic infections, they won't have any effect, because the property they have in them is just the antifungal property. There are some plants that have antibacterial property. Even like in the orthodox medications, as a case study, there are some medications like maybe you go for maybe HVS or semen MCS or urine MCS, and it indicates that you are having a bacterial infection. Maybe you're having Staphylococcus aureus or Neisseria gonorrhea or Klebsiella pneumonia or Salmonella typhi or whatever bacteria you're having. So in the MCS results, you'll be recommended, the test will show you that, okay, your body resists the pathogen resisted to, maybe it resists gentamicin, it resists ciprotab, it's augmentin, it is sensitive to augmentin, it is sensitive to ampiclox and the like. That means there are some medications that will work for you. I have where I'm going, please. There are some medications that will work for your own particular bacterial infection, and some won't work for it. I getting it. So simply because they are bacterial infection, and Those medications are antibiotics meant for bacteria only. You can't use antibiotic to tackle parasitic infection. You can't use antibiotic to tackle fungal infection. You can't use antibiotic to tackle viral infection because they are antibiotics, meaning antibacterial. That is what they are meant for. So there are some plants also that have only antibacterial property, meaning they can only be used to tackle bacterial infections. If you use them to tackle viral infection, they won't work. And there are some that works for just viral infection. But in the case study of ginger as a case study, it has antimicrobial property, meaning it has the ability to work for fungal infection, bacterial infection, viral infection, and parasitic infection. So that is why it's called antimicrobial. It has, that is, anything that has to do with microorganisms generally. Microorganisms generally. So ginger is a very great choice, a very great option to, that you can add to your diet if you are exposed to any of these pathogens. As a case study for someone having malaria, which is also a pathogen infection, which is called by the exposure to Plasmodium parasite. That is the female Anopheles mosquito that transfers the Plasmodium parasite into the patient's body. So if the person is exposed to this, that is, the person is having malaria, so ginger can be one of the very great choice that you can add to your diet. You can add to your whatever medication. In fact, it alone on its own can be used to tackle malaria, in as much it hasn't got into some very severe cases. So maybe for infections generally, so it's better, though it won't be just ginger. Most of the time it's used like a team, like you get some other herbs that have some antimicrobial property also, then you combine them together so as to see very fast and effective response. Like case of garlic, which also has antimicrobial property. Garlic also has antimicrobial property. Black pepper also has, that is pepper grenis. It also has antimicrobial property, meaning it can be used for microorganisms generally, not just the viral aspects, not just the parasitic aspect or the bacterial aspect or the fungal aspect. They work generally for whatever microorganism the person is exposed to. So you can join them together, put them together. Like okay, let me give a regimen that I use generally. I'm not saying you should use this to replace whatever medication you are using, because we have individual differences, and the virulence of your condition, the virulence, that is the extent of the pathogenicity of your condition, will determine how much, how long your prognosis, that is the length of time which you will use your medication, or how the quantity of medication that you'll be using. How Because imagine someone having hepatitis, which is mostly a pathogen also, that is viral infection. So someone having it for like 10 years and having a viral load of like 2 million plus, and someone having hepatitis just last week and having a viral load of like 230. So you can't expect then that it is the same medication that this person used that you will recommend for this person also. The virulence will be different. Are you getting it? So, and also the prognosis will be different. So, but generally speaking, you can have this, even if you can have this at home, you can have this regimen at home, and you can take them on basis so as to prevent your body from. Firstly, they boost the immune system. They assist the immune system to have to be prepared in case there's any invasion of this pathogen on the body. And if there's already a pathogen on the body, they will assist to suppress the reaction of the pathogen. So you can get like ginger, garlic, and there's this plant momodica that is you might call it ewe jirin, bitter gourd. So it has a whole lot of benefit. I think I've mentioned it like twice or thrice on this program. So momodica, that's ewe jirin, bitter gourd, it's also antimicrobial. It is also antimicrobial. It is antimicrobial, meaning it works for majorly all those four pathogens which we've mentioned: parasites, virus, fungal, and bacteria. So you can get the ginger and these particular plants, that's away ginger, that's momodica, along with garlic. Though garlic it's not very ideal to cook garlic. It's not very ideal to cook garlic. Yes, it's not very ideal. Garlic is the best way to extract or to get the phytonutrients in garlic is through extraction, because garlic, the alicillin in garlic, the major uh, phytonutrient in garlic that makes it to function well to be able to tackle various pathogens is because of the presence of a phytonutrient called a presence of a substance called alicillin. And alicillin can withstand, it can withstand that boiling point. Like boiling, it can withstand it. So most people just take garlic. They are not taking the benefit in garlic. So garlic is best extracted. I get it. Maybe you extract it maybe with vinegar or the likes. So in this aspect, if you are to extract, I would advise you can get like ginger, garlic, bitter gourd, ginger, garlic, bitter gourd. So these three, you can add aloe vera to it also. So I personally, if I'm to use this regimen to tackle major pathogen, like as in general pathogens, like okay, maybe some infections and the likes. So I'll prefer to pound it. You pound these things, you pound it very well. After pounding, then you add apple cider vinegar, which is much more edible than the white vinegar. So apple cider vinegar, maybe mother or whatever, just apple cider vinegar, you use it to extract it. After pounding, you make sure your hand is very neat, or maybe you put on a glove. So you pound all these things. That's the ginger, the garlic, the aloe vera, and the momodica, that is bitter gourd, away journey. So these four plants, they work perfectly well for host lots of health issues, especially that has to do with pathogenetic conditions. That is, that has to do with pathogens being exposed to some set of bacterial infections or microorganisms and the likes. So you get these four plants, you pound them, then you add apple cider vinegar in it, you leave it for some while, like 30 minutes, then afterwards you squeeze it and you sieve it out. So sieving it out, that means you've been able to extract, if not all the phytonutrients in those plants that you pounded, at least you'll be able to get a larger percentage of those phytonutrients in them. And you take, if let's say maybe you are using like 50 cl of apple cider vinegar to extract ginger, garlic, bitter gourd, and aloe vera. So you can take like 3 spoons because it'll be very powerful. And vinegar is very strong. It's very harsh, and if one is having ulcer, it's not ideal. Please, if you're having ulcer, this regimen is not ideal for you. It's not because of the ginger, because to some extent, ginger can help to alleviate ulcer symptoms if the ulcer is caused by exposure to H. pylori infection. We've discussed on ulcer previously, and we made it known that ulcer can be caused by a bacterial infection, which is called the Helicobacter pylori, which is H. pylori, has been shortened by the Englishman, and it can also be caused by usage of non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs. So if your ulcer is caused by exposure to H. pylori, that is Helicobacter pylori, which is a bacterial infection, so ginger can help to fight this particular pathogen. If not fighting it in the totally, at least it will help to relieve the body of the pathogen. So that's why ginger is good for ulcer, in as much it is caused by H. pylori infection. So someone can say, I use ginger and I'm feeling the pain. It pains me. It pains you. Perhaps maybe your own ulcer is caused by something else, cannot be H. pylori. And even having pain sometimes does not mean that the medication you are using is not working. There's what we call antigen antibody reaction, but no, let's go there right now because we are trying to manage our time. We want to touch many points, but we don't have much time on our hand. We're just trying to benefit you guys with the little time we have to spare. So please, 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 please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our videos and send them to your loved ones. So if you combine those four regimens which I mentioned earlier, the ginger, the garlic, the momodica, that is the bitter gourd, and aloe vera, so you mix them all, you pound them, or let's say you blend. Yes, it's better still you can blend. I'm using pounding because that is what is much more convenient to me as a naturopath, because it's very easy to pound and squeeze out. So, but better still, you can blend these things. You can blend them. Like get ginger, like get some like handful of ginger, you peel the shell off, and if you don't peel it, it also has its own benefits. You also get handful of garlic, you get like 7 to 10 heads of aloe vera, and momodica, like one hand, like a handful of bitter gourd. So you can blend all this together, or you pound them, whatever way you feel is convenient for you, and you extract them out with the apple cider vinegar. So take like 3 spoons. Once in a day is okay, or twice in a day, maybe morning and night, and you see wonders happening. But please, if you're having ulcer, if you're being pregnant, please don't use this medication. Don't use this particular regimen that I just recommended. Better still, you can use water to extract it instead of using apple cider vinegar, which is very acidic. And we've discussed how it happens, how acid affects the stomach lining during ulcer and the likes. We've discussed that. You can check on our video on ulcer to get a better understanding of what I'm trying to say regarding ulcer and those medications that that make it to react. So ginger has a whole lot of benefits. Add it to your diet. Add it to, even take it as tea. You can pound it and or maybe cook it. It can be cooked. Extract it, put some honey in it, cover it, and put it in your fridge. Let me give you this simple regimen that you can be taking just for whole body, like detoxification, and just to put your body in shape. And like there are some things that you take them at night, and when you have to wake up in the next morning, you feel very okay. You feel like, wow, I'm okay this morning. There's no pain, there's no ache. So ginger, onions, and honey. Ginger, onions, honey. Hmm? GOH, ginger, onion, honey, ginger, onions, and honey. This is a very, because onions has its own. We still going to discuss on onions by God's grace. We are trying to discuss on those things that are very easily accessible by you. Those things you can have in your kitchen. I guess using the homeopathy medicine, that is using those things within your home to take care of your health conditions. So ginger can get like 10 rhizomes of ginger and like 5 to 7 rhizomes of onions. You blend them together, you turn them into paste. And you mix them with honey. So this has a whole lot of health benefits. A whole of the benefit or is unlimited. The benefit is unlimited. I can assure you that there's no harm you can get from this, because ginger is a spice. You use it to eat. Onions is a spice. You use it to eat. Honey is a sweetener, is also a preservative. You use it to preserve things naturally. So at least if I want to eat, I can eat as much as onions as I want. I can take as much as ginger as I want, and I can lick as much as onion as I want. So these are simple regimen, but has a whole lot of health benefit that you can take them. They help to prevent cancers. They help to boost the immune system. They help to keep the body in good shape, and also to tackle arthritis, pains, and the likes. Because we said ginger has anti-inflammatory property, and arthritis is inflammation of the joint. So since ginger has anti-inflammatory property, we've used it very well, and it's very effective to tackle these conditions which we've just highlighted. So we have a lot of things to say, but because of time, and we are already we don't want it to be too much, so that you can get the message that we are trying to pass to you guys. And thanks so much, the Criterion Cares. Don't forget, if you've not subscribed to our channel, you are missing a lot. Subscribe to Newsbustang NGTV, and if you want to get to us, you can message us on 09032372682. 09032372682. We take care of health conditions with God's gift of in nature. Health conditions like diabetes, hypertension, kidney-related issues, infections, sickle cell anemia, and the likes. So you can message us. We have our office at number 16, Richard Abimbola Street, Ilasamaja, Lagos. Number 16, Richard Abimbola Street, Ilasamaja, Lagos. Thanks so much, the Criterion Cares.